Welcome back to the final installment of Season 16 TA Preview. We will be going over the Pool 4 in the American Tecmo Association.
Hey Sal, what's going on?
If you are talking about the way we look, the evil magical TDO has changed our appearance. You know how he is.
And where are we?
We are at his home. It appears odd as it's the 7th dimension. Just go with it, we will be back to ourselves soon, and in our dimension.
Okay, well, Pool 4 will most likely go to Shaw and the Detroit Lions.
Shaw is a good player who usually always winds up losing on some Tecmo BS. This year his team Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Jason Witten and Darren Sproles to lead the way on offense. The defense is very solid with 3 high-hitting linebackers, and no defensive back with less than 50 in interceptions. Big Flu and the Pittsburgh Steelers fell to this division after a disappointing campaign last season, finishing with only 5 wins. Flu is still fairly new to ATA and he will grow on his experiences last season and make a charge at the division title. Flu will most likely finish 9-7 on the year though.
Kurt Warner leads an otherwise average offense onto the field. His best player on the other side of the ball will be DBDRC with his 50-meter S63 INT. I think Flu will struggle in games outside the division and that will cost him a chance this season. Use the terrible towel and wipe your nose away, Flu.
Also predicted to finish 9-7 is Cubs fan and his Denver Broncos. Cubs is a good guy and also had a disappointing season last year in his first season in the league.
Patrick Willis will win him games on his own. The guy is a nightmare with his 56-meter S and 75 HP. He will need to do his all to keep a crappy offense in the game. Besides stud WR and Ray Johnson and Kevin Walter, the team has no running threat and weak arm Tavares Jackson throwing the ball.
Cubs has a lot of heart and he will need it to claw to the predicted 9-7 finish.
Well, the Broncos better get the buck out of here as we move on to the Bengals and Ahake. It's fairly easy to say Ahake is a skilled player who has been a huge disappointment in his ATA career. This will be his 3rd season.
2 losing seasons has Hake's ATA career at 12 wins and 18 losses. This season Hake got to rebuild his team for a second time and did well in his restructure.
Romo has plexiglass to throw to. However, if things turn south and Romo can't keep his head in the game, look for Bress to shoot him in the leg. While their defense has a few holes at DB, their front 7 should be able to make opponents scramble enough to keep the passes from going too deep.
Look for the Bengals to have their first non-losing season, but not much else.
Up next is the eldest Vogt. The guy has been a flake about getting games in all last season. His girlfriend has been keeping him pretty busy.
Should he be in the league long enough to play out his games, he will be around 500 at season's end.
Well, the guy has enough thumb stamina to out-tap most in Tecmo, so he may be preoccupied with his girl for a while. Go get here, Vogty.
Ahem. A stellar running back in LD will help ease the guns away from QB Matt Ryan. Antonio Bryant and Ike Hillard provide capable targets when Ryan does throw. As long as the focus is kept on running the ball, the team should be able to have a good enough passing attack to stay in games.
The defense is solid but nothing to be scared of. Vogt always has the ability to go far in league, but he has never lived up to the potential as of yet. I think instead of pounding the rock he is pounding.
Next up.
Why did you interrupt me, and why do we have to talk about the last guy?
He's in the division, he's part of the review.
Okay, well, predicted to finish last with no wins is Barilla Brav and the Falcons.
The Dirty One and the Dirty Birds have unfortunately done this once in season 11.
The guy spends more time losing than Chris does with his lady.
You do know we are in the 7th dimension in his realm? TDO has a good team starring Tom Brady, Marks Colston, Antonio Gates, James Harrison, and Gibril Wilson.
But it's safe to say the 8-year Tecmo veteran hasn't done anything to this point on the field. He probably won't ever. Come on, why is he even playing? The guy has probably lost more games than the average Tecmo has played.
His passion for the game and the camaraderie is unmatched.
No, the guy is just a loser, plain and simple. Barely 100 lifetime wins, and over 500 losses. He leads 4 different past and present leagues in losses for a career. A TACTL, TCS and the old STL.
Will you watch your mouth? I would like to return home, and in my normal state.
Oh, whatever. Come on, the only move the guy has on the 8-bit gridiron is the diving CC. An effective move that is hard to stop, but isn't consistent enough to call every play. That would be the only way that dumb one finishes better than 0-16.
Can we get the hell out of here before he comes in here?
Let's get the fuck out of here.